Cole Fine Guns and Gunsmithing, your one-stop shop for everything fine European shotguns. Visit us on the web at www.colegun.com.
Go ahead.
Buongiorno. Mi chiamo Rich Cole.
So welcome to Pedretti workshop.
Thank you, Stefano.
Okay.
So hi everybody, this is my good friend Stefano Pedretti. Stefano and I have worked together for many, many years, and Stefano is now regaled as certainly one of the world's finest engravers, and we're in his workshop with some of his workers. You'll see guns in this shop like Boss, Purdy, Luciano Bossi, many other very, very fine guns, and Stefano is exclusively working for us to do some SCC model Parazzi engravings, and we're very excited to be on board with this project with Stefano. And I'm going to let Stefano tell you a little bit about his history.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rich. I started to engrave 25, 26 years ago with my father, Giancarlo. He teach me the technique, all the technique by engraving. And when I start, the workshop is in the valley, but in near the house of my father. And in 2002, we moved in this building because we have a very nice natural light. It's very important for the engraving. And we engrave all the best gun in the world. In this moment we have a Piotti over and under double express. We have a pair of Boss, a pair of Purdy, and two Luciano Bossis. And if you want to look the work, I introduce this is Chiara, and he is in work on the Piotti double rifle, and
Buongiorno, Chiara.
and she helped me to engrave the background on the scene. This is the Chiara now. She worked with Bolino technique, with dot technique.
Yes.
Very long, very long.
So, Stefano, explain a little bit for our viewers about the difference in the technique, because I know you specialize in the dot Bolino technique, which, as I understand, is the most detailed form of art known to man.
Yeah, okay. If you want to look my position, I am on work now on the pair of Purdy. We have a very fine rosin scroll, and I engraved the scene inside the oval. This is a buffalo and lion, and the technique we use, I use a microscope, and is very important for the view, because with microscope it's possible to view all of the part we engrave. And
So here's the photo.
yeah, this is the photo the customer sent me, and
Stefano, what I'm seeing here, when I look at this basically is a black and white photograph.
yeah, exactly.
And in the steel, you have created an absolute, in effect, identical image of that black and white photograph. We can't see any lines at all in the photograph, I mean, in your engraving
Exactly.
on the side plate.
The black and white in this buffalo is because the Bolino, this is Bolino, and we use the dot technique, and when you see the black part is many dots near, very close, and the light don't coming, and it's possible to create the shape of the animal.
So it's the depth of the dots and the angle of the dots, the way you put them in, that capture the light.
Exactly.
So it creates a shape. Because when I touch dot Bellino engraving, I can't feel any texture. There are no lines. So any perception of a line is created by dots.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is the best technique for us to engrave the game scene.
Yes.
Very realistic. If you want to see the other technique, this is Michael now. He he start to engrave a pair of boss overhanded, and one gun now is in half. If you want to look this one.
So this is a Boss side lock round action 20 gauge.
And now Michael engraved the same ornament because this is a pair, and in this operation he copied exactly the first gun he engraved last week.
So he's basically in the process of just tracing out all of his guidelines that gives him the layout,
Exactly.
which he then will cut. Now,
This is the copy of the first gun. Okay, and now he used this one to do the second gun.
now what technique will he use to cut this background, preparing it for you to do the game scene?
Okay, this technique is hammer and chisel, and hammer and chisel we use for fine rosin scroll and fine ornament. If you want to look now, this is a new guy. They start to engrave with us. This is Marco, and he engrave.
Buongiorno, Marco.
Salve, salve.
And he engrave with hammer and chisel. Hammer and chisel is the old technique, and it's possible to engrave ornament and with deep technique.
Yes.
He use hammer and chisel to engrave all the layout of the ornament, and inside when you see the black, he remove all the material, and he finish by a special tool we name is ombreggino. I don't know if we don't have a name in English, but this is a special tool with a lot of lines.
With lots of lines that
Yeah.
creates the shading effect.
No, they remove the material inside the ornament.
Okay.
Okay, then
That's what gives it some relief.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes. This is old technique.
How many engravers have you trained here?
Now we say in we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people.
Five
Manuel
people.
is not here today, and in history we engrave with my father teach for five engraver. They go home.
Well, thank you very much, Stefano.
Thank you, Rick.
It's really been fantastic. We feel very privileged to be able to be here at the Pedretti studio, and we hope you folks have learned something from Stefano.
For more information on our lineup of Berettas, Perazzis, Zolis, Blaser, and other fine European shotguns, visit us on the web at www.colegun.com. You can see more videos like this on our YouTube channel, and you can also join in on the conversation on our Facebook page at Cole Gunsmithing Inc.